of Unit 4 of AC2. So this poem indicates about what? Every day you play, which is written by Pablo Neruda. Right? So what does the poem point out? Every day you play with the light of the universe, subtle visitor, you arrive in the flower and the water. You are more than this white head that I hold tightly as a bunch of flowers every day between my hands. You are like nobody since I love you. Let me spread you out among yellow garlands. Who writes your name in letters of smoke among the stars of the south? Oh, let me remember you as you were before you existed. Now, if you observe that this poem, Every Day You Play by Pablo Neruda, considered as the one of the most or his most beautiful love poems, because we understand from the first couple of stanzas. So it is a love poem full of images, imagery, even smooth tenderness and passion that you could find out when you read the poem. It comes from, you can say that 20 love poems. It comes from where? 20 love poems and a song of despair. So, uh, if you talk about that, the poet begins with a stanza, first stanza, by saying that every day you play with the light of the universe. Subtle visitor, you arrive in the flower and the water. You are more than this white head that I hold tightly as a bunch of flowers every day between my hands. Now, could you find any rhyming scheme of this stanza? No. So we find out universe, water, tightly hands. So there is no rhyming scheme present in the poem. So in that case, we call it free verse. What we call to it? Free verse. It means the poem has no rhyming scheme, therefore it is known as a free verse. So how many stanzas are there? We can find out 8 stanzas are there. And each stanza consists of 4 lines. Got my point? So what does the poem point out here? Every day you play with the light of the universe. It means the poet says every day you seem to filled with the beauty. Right? So with the beauty and energy of the entire universe. Because when he says that, you play with the light of the universe. It means, what does it? You seem to be filled with the beauty and energy of the entire universe. So you are the light or radiant. You are the radiant, and you can say full of light. That's what the poet tries to make the meaning of the first line of the poem, isn't it? So when he says that every day you play with the light of the universe, it means called as every day you appear to be filled with the beauty and energy of the entire universe. You are the radiant light and you are nothing but the full of light. So the poet compares his lover with the nature. Got my point? Second line says, subtle visitor, you arrive in the flower and the water. Subtle visitor, you arrive in the flower and the water. So the poet says that subtle visitor, it means you come softly, you come gracefully. So you arrive in the flower and the water. You are the beauty. You are the beauty. You are the beauty found in what? You are the beauty found in flowers and the water. You are nothing but the delicate. You are nothing but the natural. You are nothing but the pure. That's what the poet says. Subtle visitor, you arrive in the flower and the water. You are more than this white head that I hold tightly. You are more than this white head. It means the poet is stated that you are more than just your physical beauty. You are more than just your physical beauty. You are more than the face or head that I hold gently in my hands. Isn't it? So, as a bunch of flowers every day between my hands, as a bunch of flowers every day between my hands, it means the poet says that means flowers are very tender, flowers are beautiful. So the poet says that what I treat you like a flower. It means I treat you tenderly. So, and I treat you like someone who is holding a bouquet, so of flowers every day and carefully, lovingly. That's what. So, as a bunch of flowers every day between my hands. Bunch of flowers means called as somebody who is holding a bouquet of flowers every day, carefully and lovingly, and waiting for me. Isn't it? So you can say that what this stanza expresses what? This stanza expresses the speaker's deep admiration. Deep admiration towards whom? The beloved, radiant, light, the beloved, gentle, polite, and the beloved, precious like nature itself. Right. So the poet says that his lover is equivalent to the nothing but what? We can say precious, radiant, and gentle like the nature. Isn't it? So in the second stanza, the poet also said, you are like nobody since I love you. You are like nobody since I love you. It means the poet wants to convey the message, okay, since I fell in love with you, since I fell in love with you, you have become unique to me. जब से तुम्हारे प्यार में हूँ, that's something called as what? I have become nothing but, sorry, you have become unique to me. Isn't it? You are like nobody since I love you. So it means the poet wants to convey a message that there is no one else like you in the world. Let me spread you out among yellow garlands. Let me spread you out among yellow garlands. It means the poet says, let me celebrate you. Let me celebrate you, decorate you, and make your beauty shine. Make your beauty shine like adorning you with a golden flowers. Right. So that's what the poet says. Let me spread you out among yellow garland, which means the poet says that what spread you means celebrate you. Right. So let me decorate you. Let me make your beauty shine. Right. So and like I decorate or adorn you with the golden flowers. Isn't it? So, who writes your name in letters of smoke among the stars of the south? Who writes your name in letters of smoke among the stars of the south? It means the poet wonders. The poet got surprised that who could ever express her beauty or write her name among the stars, right? So that's what the poet says. Among the stars of the south, it is like what? It is like saying your name belongs to the heavens, right? So the poet is trying to make his lover flatter. How? Now by stating that what nobody ever expressed, means nobody ever expressed means his or her lover or his or her lover's beauty or called as a name of his or her lover among the stars. So it's like what? It's like telling that what the lover belongs to what? The lover belongs to divine, right? So or something like a what? The lover belongs to heavens. So oh, let me remember you as you were before you existed. Oh, let me remember you as you were before you existed. So the poet wishes that what? The poet wishes to imagine or remember her, fragrance, her essence, her smell, her spirit. So even before she came into his life, even before she came into his life, as though Their love is nothing but called as unbound. Their love is something called as a timeless. Isn't it? So here, what Pablo Neruda did, Pablo Neruda mixed dream and reality. Pablo Neruda did what? He mixed dream and reality, and he pointed that what his love changes her into something permanent and cosmic. Her love changed into what? Permanent and cosmic. In the stanza 3, the poet also said, suddenly the wind howls and bangs at my shut window. The sky is a net crammed with a shadowy fish. Here all the winds let go, sooner or later, all of them. The rain takes off her clothes. So here again, अगर देखा जाए, the poet stated what? The poet stated, suddenly the wind blows, or sorry, suddenly the wind howls. Suddenly the wind howls, suddenly the wind bangs at my shut window. It means the poet stated that कि जब भी तूफान आता है, like a storm begins. So what happened? Now the wind, जब भी तूफान आता है क्या होता है? So it is stated that किस हिसाब से जो wind होते हैं, so the wind becomes wild and noisy, right? So even when, so what happened now that the wind hits to the window and door, isn't it? So that's what the poet stated. Suddenly the suddenly the wind howls and bangs at my shut window. The sky is a net crammed with a shadowy fish. So the sky is a net crammed. How does the sky look like? The sky looks dark, and also the sky looks full of what you can say that, full of moving clouds. The sky is net crammed with shadowy faces. The sky looks dark and full of moving clouds, like a fishing net filled with fish. Fishing net filled with what? Fish. Here all the winds let go sooner or later, all of them. Here all the winds let go sooner or later, all of them. So the poet says that in this place, storms always pass, right? The winds always die. The winds always die down eventually or finally. The rain takes off our clothes. So the rain begins to fall freely as if undressing, right? A beautiful image for nature's religious. So in the third stanza, the poet wants to convey that what this stanza moves from calmness to chaos. What do you mean by calm? Calm का मतलब होता है शांत. Chaos का मतलब क्या होता है? Noisy, right? So यहाँ पे अगर देखा जाए किस हिसाब से beginning से लेके अभी तक stanza move कर रहा है from silent to confusion or chaos. And the poet states that what the stern becomes the mirrors. The stern becomes the mirrors, the emotions of love, powerful, unpredictable, and you can say alive, isn't it? So that's what stanza 3 tries to tell us. In stanza 4, we find out the birds go by fleeing. So birds fly away, escaping the storm. The wind, the repetition present here, it shows that what the force and constant presence of the wind, constant presence of the wind, and that nothing but creating confusion or passion, you can say. Confusion or passion. I alone can contend against the power of pain. I alone. It means the speaker tells himself that he feels strong, he feels defiant, he, uh, he, he said that his love gives him courage or brave to stand against everything. So therefore, I alone contain. Contain means what? Doing competition. Right. I alone doing competition against whom? Against the powerful man or power of man. So that's what he said. He feels strong and he feels himself defiant, and his love gives him the courage to stand against everything. So the storm wells dark leaves. The storm wells dark leaves. The storm means when you say that the storm wells, means what? The stern spins, move, circle. The stern, that's what? Move, circle. Whirlpool, we say that. The stern whirls or the stern spins and leaves in the air, right? So that is nothing but called the sound which we find out, and therefore the poet stated that it is nothing but the nature's chaos. Nature's chaos means nature's confusion. So, and turns loose all the boats that were moved last night to the sky. So the poet says that the wind age is so powerful, it seems to, not supporting to the boats, right? Not supporting to the boats from the sky. So this indicates that love is so powerful, love is unsettling, love is something unstoppable, right? So in stanza 5, the poet says, "You are here, you are here. Oh, you do not run away. You are here. Oh, you do not run away." Now he tells to her, he tells to his lover, right? So you can say that now he tells to her that she is there. She doesn't flee from him. She doesn't flee from him, means that she refers to the poet's lover. Doesn't flee. Flee means run away from her. So, or from him. You will answer me to the last cry. You will answer me to the last cry. It means the poet stated that she will stay with me through all the emotion, means a bad or failure or winning or called as a good relation, right? So she will stay with him through all the emotions, even you can say that the pain or you can say the intensity. Curl round me as though you were frightened. Curl round me as though you were frightened. It means the poet requests his lover that what his lover should hold him closely. Maybe when out of fear or out of desire. So, even so, a strange shadow once ran through your eyes. So, but he noticed that what? That there was once a sadness. When you say that a strange shadow once ran through your eyes, it means the poet's lover is filled with the sadness, mystery, or doubt in her eyes. Right? So, this stanza 5 shows what? This stanza 5 shows tenderness and emotional depth. So the stanza tries to tell us that love is both comfortable, but at the same time, it is a little mystery. Love, isn't it? So the next stanza says that now, too, little one, you bring me honeysuckle, and even your that smell of it, while the sad wind goes clattering butterflies. I love you, and my happiness bites the plum of your mouth. So the poet says that in this sixth stanza, that now, too, little one, you bring me honeysuckle. So the poet says that the girl whom whom he loves very much. So she brings the poet what? She brings the poet sweet flowers, right? So and presenting sweet flower is nothing but the symbol of what? Symbol of affection, right? So even the poet says that, and even your that smell of it. So even the poet says that your body that carries the sweetness and ignorance, sweetness and ignorance are nothing but very close, or is nothing but very close to the poet. And also said that it is not only close to the poet, it also produces sensual image, sense-based image. The poet says, while the sad wind goes fluttering butterflies, while the sad wind goes fluttering butterflies, it means the wind actually continues blowing, destroying delicate things like butterflies. So the poet says that how the nature becomes so cruel, how the nature becomes, you can say that what, suffering from sadness, isn't it? So the poet stated that the wind continues blowing, destroying delicate things. Comparison is using with the butterflies. The poet also said that it is nothing but the nature's sadness. The poet also said, I love you and my happiness bites the plum of your mouth. It means, so the poet said, despite the sad wind, it means, uh, I love you and my happiness bites the plum of your mouth. It indicates that despite the sad wind, the poet kisses his lover passionately or out of passion. So the poet compares his lover with the beauty, right? So the poet compares this particular poem or the comparison present in the poem with our lips to a ripe plum. So the poet then says that what your lips are plum, right? So the poet is comparing a the lip with the ripe plum, lip with the ripe, right? To understand something which is pagaya, right? Ripe one, ripe plum. So plum means called as a fruit item. So the poet here wanted to say that this stanza is full of sensuality and tenderness. So the poet says that love's joy, love's happiness that exists even in the midst of what? Sadness. Right. Now, coming to the stanza 7 says that how you must have suffered, how you must have suffered getting habituated to me, getting accustomed to me. So the poet says that he accepts, he acknowledges what? He acknowledges that being with him, being with the, means you can say that being with the poet has not been easy, or being with the nature has not been easy. So the poet says that uh, he, 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 he has difficult to, he has difficult to understand or live with. He has difficult to understand or live with. The poet also said, my savage, my solitary soul, my name that sends them all ruining. So this could be a kind of a enmity. So the poet says, my savage. So the poet says that what? The poet sees himself as what? Wild. The poet sees himself as a what? That's something called as a lonely. Or also you can say that intimidating. So it doesn't actually the poet says that it doesn't actually someone easy to love, right? The poet stated that so many times we have seen in the morning, so many times we have seen the morning star burn, kisses our eyes. So when the poet takes the proof of what you can say that. So when the poet stated that what the poet stated, my savage solitary soul, my name that sends them all ruining. So many times we have seen the morning star burn, kisses our eyes. So here the poet says that means they have shared many mornings together. They have shared many mornings together, watching the watching the beauty of what? Watching the beauty of early morning or done. And over our heads, the grey light unwinds in turning fans. So the poet says that what? The light of early morning, the light of early morning that spreads across the sky like a rotating fans, like rotating fans. And also the poet says another soft, vivid image which has been presented here. So all total, I can say that the seventh stanza shows understanding, shows acceptance and not share experiences. Then the poet wanted to say that love has endured. Love has endured or called as love has long lasted. Love has lasted what? Love has long lasted. What you can say? Challenges, isn't it? Now the next one is the last stanza 8. So stanza 8 says that my words reigned over you. My rain, my words reigned over you, stroking you. Right? So the poet says that his words, his poetry they all have surrounded, and you can say that what cast her guilty, or cast what we can say that cast her gently. So his word reigned over you, shocking you. His words, his poetry have surrounded and also graced her gently. A long time I have loved the sunned mother of pearls of your body. A long time I have loved the sunned mother of pearl of your body. So the poet wanted to say that what he has loved her. He has loved her glowing. He has loved her glowing. He has loved her radiant body for a time or for a long time, isn't it? Until even believe that you own the universe. So the poet says that his love is so great that he feels that his lover belongs to everything. Lover belongs to everything. So she is a plant. What you can? She is a part of what? She is part of the universe itself. Right? So I will bring you happy flowers from the mountains, bluebells, dark hazel, and the rustic baskets of, you can say that, kisses. So the poet promises his lover or her beauty or her simple natural gifts, flowers and kisses that filled with nothing but affection. Right? So I want to do, this is the last line, I want to do with you what spring does with the cherry tree. So the poet's most famous line, that what he wants to bring her to life. He wants to bring her to life, to make her what? To make her bloom, to fill her what? With beauty, and to fill with what? Renewal. So just as the spirit makes what? Cherry tree bloom or blossom, right? So all total, you can say all these eight stanzas that we find out. So they are but presenting the point, ends in joy, ends in life, and creative passion. So according to the poet, love is what? Love is natural, and love is what you can say that transformative. Transformative means what? That called as a change, right? So Neruda, uh, so Neruda's everyday you play is nothing but a passionate celebration of love, right? So we can say that what the beloved is compared to nature, the beloved is compared to light, the beloved is compared to, you can say that flowers, wind, and rain. Isn't it? Light, flowers, wind, and rain. The poet also said that what love is a powerful like a star, but also tender like spring, right? Powerful like rain, tender like smooth like or delicate like spring, isn't it? So the poet says that it moves through stages. What moves through stages? That's something called as a love. That called that called as a what? Admiration. That is the first stage. Stir, passion, reflection, and renewal. Renewal. So the final stage or the final image which we find out in the poem, that when the poet stated what spring does with the cherry trees, what spring does with the cherry trees. So we can say that this beautifully captures love's creative power to make life blossom again, life prosper again, isn't it? So that's what you would find out in the poem. We can say that what uh, the poem tries to give us the uh, title called Every Day, right? So that reflects what the daily presence and the routine of love. Daily presence and routine of love. So the presence of every day or the phrase every day reflects what? Reflects the constant ongoing presence of the beloved in the poet's life, isn't it? So Constance, ongoing presence of the beloved in the poet's life. So from the first line, every day you play with the light of the universe, right? So what somebody impact on our life and how one's presence means make us realize that who she is and how important she is, right? And also we realize that means how she does everything every day for us, isn't it? So we see that the beloved is a daily source of the joy. The lover is nothing but a daily source of joy, wonder, and inspiration, right? So the point repeatedly shows everyday interaction, holding her like a flask, holding her, notices her smell, fragrance, and you can say that what sharing mornings, watching stars, isn't it? So this emphasizes that love is not just a pass, passing passing passion or fleeting passion. So, but love is a what? A continuous lived experience, a daily delight, isn't it? So that's what you would find out when the phrase every day is a present tense. So second is called as when you say you play. So every day you play with the light of the universe. No? So when you find out every day, that phrase is understood. Second phrase is called as a you play. You play means what? The role, right? The role the lover plays in poet's life. It's called as a lightness, joy, and vitality. Lightness, joy, and vitality. So we can say that the word play captures the light, spontaneous, and spontaneous means something which is automatically, right? And the natural energy of the beloved. So he pointed that means his lover or she is compared to clouds, water, wind, and light, and all these are nothing but the playful elements of nature that move freely with the delight or happiness the senses. Even in the midst, we find out that storms and chaos. So the beloved moves through life gracefully, playfully, and bringing beauty and softness. And finally, when you say play, so that indicates about what? That indicates about innocence, freedom, and creativity in love. The beloved is not restricted. She inspires happiness and you can say that wonders in the heart, isn't it? So that is what you would find out. And when you talk about uh, the core theme, the poem actually tries to balances what? Passion and tenderness. So, like we say that every day that shows constancy and devotion, and you play, it's called as something that happens automatically, happiness and the beloved's, arrogance nature, right? So that's what, that is why we can consider the title Every Day You Play is nothing but a perfectly captured Neruda's Neruda's portrayal, description of love as ongoing, living, joyful experience, isn't it? Where the beloved uh, infuses, called as uh, shows with what? Shows each day with the light, energy, and tenderness. So it emphasizes both the routine of loving presence and the playfulness of life and love. So which runs throughout the poem, isn't it? So that's what is the poem all about. Uh, if you see that what the poet Pablo Neruda. So we know that he was born in the year of 1904 to 1973. He is nothing but a 20th century poet, right? A 20th era poet. So he is one of the most celebrated poets of 20th century. And if I talk about his life and the background, what we can find out now, Pablo Neruda was born as what? You can say uh, Neruda was born as Ricardo Eliezer Natali Reis Bosalti. It is his name in Chile. So we can say that what he is called, or short name is called Pablo Neruda, and he became a world famous poet, diplomat, and a politician. He was nothing but awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in literature in 1971 for its outstanding contribution to poetry. So, and in this poem, actually, Neruda tries to input sensual, passionate, and vivid poetry. His work actually often celebrates what his works often celebrate love, nature, politics, and also human experience. He uses rich imagery, metaphors, and symbolism. Understood imagery, metaphor, and symbolism, often comparing what human emotions to elements like nature with flowers, water, and stars. Right? Even we can also consider personification. So the poet Pablo Neruda and his love poems, especially from 20 love poems and a song of despair, which are nothing but called as intense and deeply emotional. Uh, so we understood that the poem has rhyming scheme. No, the poem doesn't have any rhyming scheme. It is a free verse, right? It doesn't have a fixed rhyme, or you can say that meter. We also find out it is the poem used of sound and rhythm. When I say sound and rhythm, we can talk about repetition, like the wind, many a time that creates rhythm and emphasize. So even you can find out assonance and consonants. So when we say assonance and consonance is called when the vowel sounds repeated in two consecutive words, right? Consonance is called when consonant sounds consecutively sounded in two consecutive words. So that's what you would find out. Even we also find out internal echoes. Internal echoes means that called as words or phrases that speak, or you can say mirror each other to increase the lyrical effect. We also find out the reason that why it is not having any what you can say, not having any point rhyming scheme, because the poet expresses deep emotion freely. Free words means what? Free. You don't need any rhyming scheme without being what you can say, constrained or bound by rhyming. So the poet focused on what imaginary love and pure nature, making the poem nothing but a fluid and natural. So the poem reflects the playfulness and unpredictability of love. So that fits the poem itself. So all total, you can talk about uh, the conclusion is what? That the poem has no fixed rhyme scheme. It is a free verse poem that depends upon the imagery, metaphor, personification, um, so repetition rather than rhyme to create musicality and emotion. Right. That's what we find out. Uh, Simile is also there, symbolism is also there, hyperbole also there, exaggeration for emphasis, alliteration is also there, repetition of the consonant sounds. Even you also find out contrast, right? So contrast that indicates about while the sad wind goes fluttering butterflies. It highlights what? The power of love and the confusion and struggle. Okay, that's what the poem is all. So, in short, you can say that what this is a love poem, and the poet wants to say that how love is constant, how love is a playful, how love is a transformative, how love is a blending or mixing passion, how love is a smooth, and how love is not constrained with a person but the beauty of nature. That's That's